Personally, I can't understand that. I can't understand getting kicked out of your house by your own parents because of just who you are and not something that you did.
You know, I had to get out of the whole situation of both my parents, you know. I just had to leave.
With my father, I didn't think I still don't think he wants to realize that I'm actually gay.
I want to know how this makes them feel as parents, you know. I want to know what it does to have your child say, I'm a lesbian, you know, I'm gay.
And it's not about them. It's parents need to know it's not, their kid's not doing this to them. It's not, you know, we're not gay to make you upset, you know, or to be different or whatever. This is not about the parents. This is about the kids. Well, I came on the escalator there, my lover and I, and this guy came from this direction, that way, and at that point, he like suddenly reached out and slapped me across the face, you know, out of the blue. I didn't see it coming at all. Naturally, I reached and hit him back, and he fell on the ground and kind of rolled right up this little path there, and his mouth was bleeding, and he had said I had broke one of his teeth out.
And when he first told me about it, I got so angry. I just wanted to get in my car and come up here and hunt the guy down myself. And even his father was hurt. Well, he was mad, I would say. And he was surprised that it could happen.
Whoever attacked my son should not be allowed to do these things and just walk away.
There are a lot of stupid people out there. And yeah, that's the only thing that really concerns me about Eric being gay, is that there are a lot of people out there who are, you know, they're gay bashers or whatever you want to call them.
Coming out to my parents, the number one thing was, well, we're afraid of what's going to happen to you. We're afraid people are going to like be mean to you, or you're not going to get a job or whatever. My dad needs to see this big picture, and that me being gay doesn't make him any less of what he is, or me any less of what I am, but it makes both of us more.
Being gay? Damn rotten. He shouldn't be gay. I'm not gay. Huh? He's still my son. Can't do a damn thing about that.
I never thought that I would have a gay son. It never crossed my mind, you know, that might happen to me. But since it did, you know, I'm dealing with it. You know, I'm right in his corner, and always will be.
Yes, and in fact, my son has 2 strikes against him. Being gay and being black. Whoa.
I have asked my husband, you know, for he and Eric to get together and talk about it. Eric would like for that to happen. But it's really sad, and it hurts me. I'm sorry. Because he doesn't even let Eric come home. He won't even let him in the house. I try to make it better by talking to him, but it doesn't seem to work.
Gayness is not the problem. It's, I don't know what words to use here. It's his ability to be so damn argumentative. I mean, I've got to change. And that's not Eric per se. It's my wife, Eric, and Earl. Yeah. I've got to change to suit them. I don't think so. I don't think so.
I still hope that he might change his mind and decide to talk to Eric and make it better. And that's all I can do is hope. But it hurts. It hurts a lot.
Do I have to love my son? No, I don't have to. In this case, I choose to. My kid don't understand that. I don't think my wife understands that.
And don't be ashamed to be a parent of a gay. I'm not. I'm proud of Eric. I always will be. And it doesn't matter that he's gay. He's my son, and I love him.
I started using when I was in 7th grade, and it was mainly because of that, me being gay, and I knew that there was something wrong with me.
I was already thinking of suicide. I had prepared weeks before.
I've tried to commit suicide when I was younger because, I was gay. I had feelings for one of my friends in high school.
So I went out and bought a can of denatured alcohol, which is paint thinner.
I hadn't told my dad I was a lesbian because I really, really was afraid of what would happen. Well, yeah, I was gonna go and live with my parents this summer. I was gonna have surgery on my hand and not be able to work for 3 months. It all kind of slammed around and turned inside out about 2 weeks ago. Well, my mom told my dad I was gay. I sent them a card that said, pretty much take all of me or don't take me, you know? I don't want to edit my life for you. I was always very tomboyish when I was growing up, and when I started getting into junior high and high school, getting older, there's a lot of, hey, dyke, Jen Burton's a dyke, you know, you look like a boy, why don't you dress like a girl, you know? And that kind of, those remarks really scared the hell out of me. For so long, my sexuality was literally this, I kept mentioning it over and over again as I was writing my journal, the secret I've got. And but I didn't even know what the secret was. I knew there was a secret there. I just didn't know what it was, you know? And so that, yeah, I don't think I was able to recognize them because I wasn't able to accept myself. And I was also very depressed and very lonely at my high school. I mean, I'd grown up with these kids all my life, but no one knew me. I had that, God, who knows me, you know? I mean, I got all these people around me, but nobody knows. This entry in my journal shows one day I started writing this one at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it says since 9 o'clock I've taken 5 Percodams and 4 Tylenol 3s, Tylenol codeine. I couldn't leave a couple pills laying around, and I couldn't put them away and say, I don't want them. But I got to a point where I didn't want them anymore, so I had to take them all. Took them all one day. I'm scared because it seems the only time I accept and explore certain feelings is when I'm on these drugs. The rest of the time, those feelings depress and sadden me. Yeah, I mean, I think definitely there was the suicide as a way out, you know? I'd rather not live than have to deal with all this, everything. Deal with everything, my sexuality, the fear of my sexuality, fear of myself. My household, and I think that the pills to me were very numbing, and they numbed my world around me. There was definitely the feeling of I'd rather be numb, I'd rather be dead. The whole just kind of wasting away. There was definitely that feeling rather than standing up for myself and standing up for who I'm becoming. That wasn't an option for me yet. Well, I think I have a very strong tendency to use drugs and alcohol to kind of put everything off and push it aside. I always told myself, I'm not that bad because so-and-so is worse. But I never looked at myself. I never turned around and looked at myself, you know? Really need to keep your eyes open. I'm getting, you know, more and more in the attitude of deal with me. I'm a lesbian. See me walking down the street holding someone's hand and she happens to be a woman, deal with me. I'm not taking it home to your house. I'm not asking you, I'm not gonna hold your hand. I don't wanna hold your hand. You know? It's just, we're here.
See, I'm expecting when I come out to them that they're probably gonna ask me to leave, and I'm expecting that. And so I want to be financially, emotionally ready for them to say that.
I came out to myself when I was 8, and my mother asked me when I was 12.
And I know a lot of kids from this Volumber house that are living on the street, they're living in shelters, they're house hopping, and it's all because they told their parents they were gay.
And she told me that I had to move out, that I had to get out of the house.
And they would tell me that they loved me, and of course, that's all I ever wanted. And I would sleep with them, and then the next day I'd be back out on the street and realizing that they really didn't care. The only thing you wanted to do was get money or get high, meet up with your friends, and hopefully have a place to stay or party all night. I never thought of prostitution as like a way of life. I guess it is, because it's like putting the bread on the table, but I never took it that seriously. There was straight people, you know, out real late at night, sneaking away from their wives or whatever. There was businessmen during like 5:30 rush and stuff like that. There were gay men, lonely. There were some men that you'd even meet that just wanted to like spend time with you, not just people who want to ravage your body. There was kind of violent people and army people. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that. Start to learn how to market yourself or finding different ways, you know, because it's survival. In a way, your instinct kind of almost kicks in, especially when you're hungry.
My mother always wanted a girl, and so I tried really hard to become one. And when I realized that wasn't working, I left home. And at 14, I decided that I was going to have a career in homosexuality.
I want to be an actor, a performer of some sort. I want to continue doing stuff to benefit the community. Anything I can do to help from my experiences, I want to keep doing that.
And my palms were sweating and everything was so quiet. All I could hear was her shuffling the papers in my file. And she said, "Hun, you're HIV positive. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't know when I contracted the HIV virus. I have no idea. I'm sure that it was probably sometime when I was prostituting myself.
The tricks sometimes would you'd say, well, we have to use a condom, and they'd say, well, if we have to use a condom, then we're not doing it.
Being intimate with people is like really difficult for me. I've had a lover for the last, almost 3 years now.
Cesar is probably the best thing that has ever happened to me in my life. And Cesar is not positive. He's negative and has still chosen to be with me.
The hardest part of living on the street is probably after you get off the street. Not forget what happened, but to accept what happened and come to terms with it. I want to get old, And I guess that's a weird thing about being younger and finding out you're HIV positive, is that you have that dream, that white bread and mayonnaise dream about sitting on your front porch and swinging back and forth or rocking back and forth or knitting, if you so desire. Or whatever, just getting old and getting gray and looking at pictures of when you were young. And, telling your grandchildren, if you decide to adopt,
You know, I guess I feel angry about that sometimes. But I think I'm sorry that that had happened to make me realize how valuable life really is.
Everybody knew, or I figured that they knew, because I never hid it. My senior year prom, I went to prom with a woman in a tux.
Like the day after it happened, the day after that, I came back to school. I was out of the hospital. You know, I was all bandaged up, and this one guy walked by me and he said, "It looks like the faggot finally got what he deserved."
It's hard having to be scared and worry about what people are saying when you walk up the steps and they go, "She kisses girls."
I wrote an article in the school paper about gay people, gay issues, and myself. And that's how I came out to everyone at my school.
I'm like, what? Wait a minute. So I went and grabbed a newspaper and I was like reading it and reading it again. I had to read it like 3 times to finally sink in.
I was pretty much an outcast in the male part of the student body. And it was really hard for me to finally gain some trust with some of the guys.
When Wes told me he was gay, I was kind of pissed because he gets these really good-looking girls.
When I was talking to some friends, they're like, you know, he has to be, you know, bisexual. I didn't really know how to take it because of my belief, because I'm Christian, and so we believe it's a sin. But I realize now that I can accept Wes, but I'm still not comfortable with the fact that, you know, that he is gay.
A lot of people came up to me, congratulated me on a great article, got a lot of hugs. It was great, and everyone stood behind me. People stopped calling me faggot.
Commencement, which is the 7th of June.
As class president, I think Wes is very on top of things, and I think that he gets, you know, makes sure that things get done.
All the other schools are like trying to out-cheer him or something. He's the only one that can jump the highest, do the splits, and you're like, that boy can move.
I wasn't a yell leader. I did the choreography. I was the captain. I did all the moves the girls did, plus the jumps. Later on that year, my parents made me quit because they thought I was acting too effeminate. Well, really, it was my father that made me quit. And that was really hard for me. To give up something that I really loved. My family didn't like it. My brother called me a sissy. And a lot of the uncles, as I was growing up, would call me faggot in Filipino, which was bakla. And actually, all the grandchildren had their nicknames, their Filipino nicknames, and mine was bakla. And that hurt a lot, and it stuck. I'm in this great relationship. I'm very happy. You know, I'm living here. I don't know. It's a great feeling to finally find someone that I can share really deep thoughts with and just be close to. And I've never had that when I was growing up. I haven't come out on that big of a scale yet. But I'm expecting something horrible. I really don't think that they'll accept it as well as the friends at school have. But my family has been working on it. My older brother seems great. He was talking to me, asking how Jeff was. And that's really surprising for him.
I went to Tolo. It was a formal Tolo for Valentine's Day, and he brought his boyfriend, and everyone just accepted it.
He's great. He's always there for you, and he'll always talk to you when you need him. He's a really good friend.
Before I came out, I was going through a lot of pain. And I think the pain is very unnecessary. I mean, it made me very happy to finally see other gay youth when I went to a support group. I was just so proud and I just wanted to tell the whole world that I'm gay.
A lot of people think that you choose to be gay, and I don't believe that. You know, I believe that either you are or you're not.
This is who I am. I don't have to lie. I don't have to lie to myself, anyone else. It's just total comfort, and that makes me really happy.
My friends and my chosen family are here at the Lambert House, and I've never felt more love and acceptance anywhere.
The Lambert House has been a place to fit in, a place to come to where it's not a bar, don't have to sneak in. You know, there's like a youth family here.
I want to teach when I grow up, and that's my way of contributing, is to go on these panels and to talk to people and hopefully educate them and break through some stereotypes.
The class we're going to is a coordinated studies class called Sex and Love in the 21st Century, and it deals a lot with...
I want them to be less afraid to talk about it. I want them to be able to say, I met someone who was a lesbian today, and she was a really nice person, and I don't want them to be afraid.
There are bars, and that's where gay people congregate and met, and it's still that way in so many ways. I mean, there's a lot of different options now, but it's still a major place for gay people to meet and congregate is in a bar.
And that's especially deadly for gay youth. First of all, because it's illegal for them to be there, and they could be arrested for that, and because it leads you to, could be a really unhealthy lifestyle to grow up in, to be 16 or 15 and have to go to bars to meet people.
Have any of you ever experienced any malicious harassment because you're gay?
I was attacked by a guy in Broadway Market, and one night with my boyfriend, we came from a show.
And that's one of the main reasons why I do these panels, because people have to know that it's an issue.
There was this group of younger guys with like big 2x4s who came by, and they tried to hit us, and then they got out of the car and they chased us across the highway.
And you're not dealing with just an issue, you're dealing with people.
I've been called a faggot a lot walking down the street. And, you know, that always just makes me laugh. You can at least get it right.
It didn't occur to me to be like in the closet or to decide not to come out. It didn't occur to me because of the environment that I was in with my school and my family. I thought it was such a big part of your life that there wouldn't be a way to hide it anyway. I don't think it's a big deal in my high school. I really don't. I think it's just, you know, a fact of life. And you know everybody in your class and everybody knows you. And it's just, I've known these people for 6 years, and if they don't know by now, it's like, are you blind? You know? I think your parents' attitude towards who you are is one of the most important factors in someone's life. Whether it's because you're lesbian or gay, or whether it's because your political feelings are different. I think that it makes such a difference in any kind of situation that that it really, you can't substitute it with anything. They're your parents.
Mushrooms are pretty fascinating. And I think, like, this one is Nana was maybe in the 2nd or 3rd grade. She came out of her room and sort of had a burst out and said, you know, that the feeling I got was that she was sort of frustrated, but because she thought she was homosexual at that. I don't know, you probably don't remember.
No, I don't.
You must have been like, you know, 8, 7 or something like that. And, you know, it wasn't something that we talked about.
I think it was hard talking to my dad.
To the editor,
but
or maybe to the reporter.
It got better. It's gotten a lot better. We talk about it now. But that's only a new occurrence.
You know, the fears are mostly about her acceptance by other people, I guess. Nana's a lesbianism. I mean, she's just my daughter and you know, my friend, actually.
love yourself. Try and find people who love you for you until you can do it yourself. It's really important to love yourself.
It's a really good feeling knowing that I know who I am for the most part, that I'm able to explore this part of my life and have the courage to do so.
So I'm trying to get out there, trying to help others accept themselves and, you know, help ease it a bit and let them know that there's someone out there that they can talk to, someone they know.
But I also want people to know that I'm honest, and I want you to know that I'm honest with you, and I'll tell you the things about me that you should know.